Okay, today I am here with Kaylee, who was certified. I think it was it back in January that you got certified, so just more recently. And we are spotlighting what we call the amplified life. So the journey from where Kaylee started to where she is now, and like after certification, and also in her time in Amplify Academy. And then just kind of diving into how things look now in the high ticket sales space. So I'd love to just start with you. Like, tell us a little bit about who you are and what life looked like before Amplify Academy.
Yeah, my name's Kaylee. I'm 27 years old. I've been married for about 10 years, and my husband and I have two children. So my daughter is 5, and my son will be turning 3 soon. So I was a stay-at-home mom before I found Amplify, and that's kind of what brought me to you. I was just desiring to help my husband financially. I had been a stay-at-home mom for 4 years, and it was just solely on him. My car was about breaking down, and I was like, I literally have to do something to help him. And, you see all these things like, oh, I work remotely, but it's like, what do you actually do?
Hmm.
So I did a deep dive and I was like, just seeing if this was like a possibility for me, which I truly never thought it would be. So I'm so glad that I found Amplify to allow me to stay at home with my children, but also bring in that income for my family as well.
Awesome. I love that. So, did you have a career then before becoming stay-at-home mom?
Yeah, I worked in the healthcare field. I was a
Okay.
physical therapist assistant.
Okay. And how many years did you do that?
I did that for about 2, and then I
Okay.
got pregnant with my daughter.
Okay. Was that like a pretty difficult shift, or was it kind of like a nope, this is right for me, I want to be home?
It felt very right. I have always wanted to be a mom,
Cool.
and I loved my job, but I was like, this is where I meant to be. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was very happy to be able to stay at home. Um, and I always knew that I would return to doing something once the kids
Hmm.
were in school.
Yeah.
So I hoped it could be remote. So then, I can take my daughter to school, be there when she gets home,
Yeah.
just be involved in their life.
Yeah. I know that's like a very true reality for a lot of the women who come into Amplify Academy. It's some do currently have like a career and they're being mom, but a lot of people, it's like I've left my career because mom is who I want to be and that's where I want to be spending my time. But then there is like at some point, a shift, whether that's I need something for me, or I also want to be contributing to the household. I need to be contributing to like financially, right? Because being a mom is a full-time job, as we all know. So I'm curious for you, like I know you kind of mentioned, like, I just didn't want it to be all on my husband. But was there like a specific moment at some point, being home with both of your kids, you're like, okay, something's got to change, and I can't just be stay-at-home mom. I'd like something else where I can start bringing in an income.
Yeah, I always joke about my car, but it's so true. Like my kids and I were at an intersection and my foot is like pressed on the brake and it just feels like it's gonna shut off.
Oh,
And I'm like, this is just unsafe for me and my kids at this
yeah.
point. But I'm like, I can't put an $800 car payment on my husband.
Hmm.
So honestly, in that moment, it just clicked. I'm like, I know that I can find something that is going to work for my family where I can be home, but I can also work and I can help. I can get us the car that we need, that we're desiring, and we don't have to save for 10 years. I was like, so I'm going to find something, and I was determined to make it happen. So yeah, that was honestly the shifting point because up until then I was like, oh, I'm staying at home.
Yeah.
I'm happy doing this, but nothing's getting cheaper in this world. So I felt like it was a good time to start looking for options.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm curious, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but do we have a new car now?
We ordered one, yes.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. Congratulations.
I'm so excited for that to come in, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I imagine. So I'm curious too, then, was it like at that point then that you started looking for something, or had you kind of been looking previously?
No, that night I went home and
Okay.
I told my husband, I'm like, I need to do something. Like, I need to find something. I said, this car is literally going to break down.
Hmm.
I mean, we loved it. We love our SUV, but I'm like, it's time. It's like 10 years old. I'm
Yeah.
like, we got to do it. So, yeah, literally that night, I went to Google, I searched it up, remote jobs. So, yeah, then the algorithm brought me to Holly.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I definitely know that about you and your time in Amplify too. You're like a go-getter. You're like, when I've made up my mind, I'm after it, which makes a big difference. So, what then like led you to choose Amplify specifically? Like, did you find other options and you're that you decided not to, I mean, obviously you didn't go with. So, what did you come across and then what made you decide that Amplify was for you?
I found a couple different things actually. I think it was like online bookkeeping I
Okay.
found,
Mm-hmm.
which I knew nothing about. Selling things, kind of like the MLM type of deals. And I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, I know that's not what I want to do. Like, I want to go to something and it's like an actual job for me. Like, I'm doing something for someone and it's legit. I'm getting paid, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I found Holly, I was like, she's just so genuine and so real about sharing her story. And I'm like, if she's a mom and she does it, I'm like, why can't I do it?
Yep.
So I just kind of looked at a couple of her posts and it honestly didn't take me long at all. I think I booked a call that night. I was like, I just need to hear more about what you're offering.
Yeah, I love that. So, was there, I'm assuming maybe not, like any amount of hesitation or anything beforehand, or was it more like I'd just like a little bit more information and then let's keep moving?
Yeah, honestly, I dove right in. Like, I booked a call and I hadn't even talked to anybody yet. I was just like, I need to see what this is about because, again, like I just connected, I feel like immediately with Holly without even
Mhm.
meeting her or knowing her. And it just felt like home to me.
Oh, I love that. I'm glad that you felt at home. So then once you were inside, I'm so glad that you decided to join, but once you were, like, what surprised you, or maybe what didn't surprise you, but what was your experience after you joined?
Yeah. So when I was on my call, I was a little hesitant only because I hate getting on Zooms prior to joining Amplify. I hated it. I hated talking. So when I knew that some of the coursework was like, you're going to be doing this with partners and practicing, it was a little uneasy for me at first. But
Mhm.
once you get in there, I'm like, the community surprises you so much. Like, you do not expect to, I don't know, maybe do, but like, I wasn't expecting to make friends and connect with women in like every stage of life. And so when you're going through these partner things, it's like you're not nervous at all because they're your friends and they feel like family and you're all rooting for each other. That's what's like so incredible that like everyone is so uplifting. Everyone wants to help you. So yeah, it just all those nerves kind of went away when I got in there. I was doing the practices and yeah, it was a very nice atmosphere to do it in for sure.
I love that. That is something that I consistently hear from people is the community and almost like you said, like how surprising that is. And Holly and I have even talked about that too, of like this it being such a beautiful byproduct of what Amplify Academy became. And it truly like the women who join around the same time, you all become like you're a cohort, but then by the end of it, it's like you're a circle of friends. And just having that support system throughout, but then even once you become certified and move into the high ticket sales space, like having that to lean on. And it's really cool to witness, like as a coach, seeing everybody make those bonds. So thank you for sharing that. What part of the training, like specifically, helped you feel most confident or like prepared going into a new career essentially?
Um, I think the DM convo practices for sure.
Hmm.
The heart framework is great, and how you and Holly guide us and teach us it. I really felt prepared when I was stepping into interviews and they wanted to do like little mock convos. I felt like more than prepared. I was like, okay, like let's go. I'm ready. Um, Also, I think the triage calls really prepared me for those interview processes as well. Like aside from the job, it got me really comfortable in front of the camera, which is required in my job, like for team meetings and stuff like that. So I'm really glad that I was able to get over my fear of being on camera as well.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like it's with it being a new skill set, something that you're learning, but then also like having to use elements of like technology to being on camera, different things like that, do you feel like it's was just the right amount of I think there's like so much fear, right, around something new, and I know you kind of spoke to this, but um, in the space that you're in with the community and the way that it's laid out, did it feel like it allowed you to kind of slowly step into this place of like, okay, I'm increasing this, like going out of my comfort zone and then getting to this new level before then doing that again? Did you feel that was part of your experience?
Definitely.
Okay.
I feel like easing in with the convo portion of it, it was a nice like introduction, like this is the basis of everything, and then slowly going into triage and then outbound. Yeah, like you said, it just felt like you just kept increasing the steps and it was like at
Mhm.
a nice pace that did feel very comfortable.
Awesome. Awesome. So we get this question a lot. I know you have two littles, young ones. How was that like balancing and, like specifically in your time in Amplify, like balancing being a mom, still wanting to be present and not shifting that role for you, and also being committed to learning this new skill set? How was that for you?
I felt before diving in that it would probably be a little overwhelming, but it surprised me that it wasn't. I would listen to the trainings on like 2 times speed while I was doing laundry or doing the dishes. I would just throw like one of my little AirPods in, and I was still right in the middle of all my chaos with my
Mhm.
family. One AirPod in, I'm like, Mama's trying to learn. So I would just literally watch videos like whenever I could, just doing my daily tasks that I always did.
hmm So then when it came to like implementing and doing those practice conversations, did you find that it was still pretty doable then to, jump on a call with someone or have a mock DM conversation?
Yeah, for the DM conversations, most of the time my son would be sitting on my lap. I would be doing them, and then I would schedule the calls for when he was on a nap time.
Okay.
Uh, a couple of the other girls had kids as well, and our nap times thankfully linked up.
I love
So
that.
we were able to do that.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I'm dying to know, like, catch us up. What are you doing now? Tell us a little bit about like what your role is and the company that you're working for and how things are going.
Yeah, so at the beginning of February, I got hired with Mandy Zender, EDU, and I'm a setter for her. It's honestly amazing there. Like, I feel like it is the absolute perfect placement for me. And, I wouldn't have found her any other way than
Yeah.
through Amplify. So that alone is just amazing to me. Like, it opened up a whole new world that I didn't even know was out there,
hmm
but her values very much align with mine. It is an all-female team. So, every every month we do calls and it's just like a big girl gang. Like she's growing and I love it. It's so fun. Every day going to work, it honestly is just so fun for me.
Oh, I love that. So, how does that look more like day to day for you? So, I know you said you're in DM settings, so there's probably quite a bit of flexibility there. So, what does like a day in the life of Kaylee look like?
Yeah, so I normally start about 8:30 because taking my daughter to school is my number one priority in the mornings. I'm like, I got to get her there. And when I come back, I get my son situated. And then normally from like 8 to 10, 8:30 to 10:30, basically, I get on my computer, I do follow-ups, appointment reminders, all the work that needs done there. And then for the rest of the day, I'm free to just do it off of my phone.
hmm
So, I can be cooking lunch and messaging people back. And, then I put my son down for a nap. So I have a couple hours uninterrupted. But then I'm there at home when my daughter gets off the bus and I can get her situated from school, get her a snack, whatever she needs. And that's what I love. Like, I can work while doing all of this. Like, oh,
hmm
you need something? Let me put my phone down for 1 second, go get you what you need, and then hop right back into work. So I've loved that. And, I go to the gym every day. So that was a worry that I wouldn't be able to have as much free time for me. But honestly, I go to the gym. I'm still messaging people in between sets. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Hold on. Let
Yeah.
me book it real quick. So honestly, it just fits in like every single nook and cranny of my life. And it's been very surprising to me that a job like this is real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just with that level of flexibility, it just doesn't match what a traditional like job is. So I'm curious, I think you were in that placement at the end of January, right? So has it been about a month that you've been in that?
Yeah, it's been a full month.
Okay, cool. And so what would you say have been like some of your wins now that you've been in this for a month?
So there are multiple setters on our team, but we had a goal to book 50 calls for the month of February. And currently, I think we're at 54. So
Awesome.
that was a really big win for us. Just for me to come in and everyone says, like, what a great addition I have been, and, qualifying those leads to get them on the sales call. So it felt really good to just be a part of a team that wants everyone to win.
Hmm.
And yeah, I feel like February was a great month and we accomplished a lot.
That's great. Yeah, I can just tell, like, in the way that you talk about it, how much joy it brings you and just that empowerment. I think it's so cool to be able to almost have like more say in the type of culture that you work in because there's so much out there. Like, there's so many opportunities. And I love that you found one that you're like, it's just like such a good fit. Um, so how would you say that, I know you're still just like a month in, but how has this changed your life? Like, how is Kaylee before Amplify, now Kaylee now, how has that changed your life?
I think above all, it's given me a purpose back. Um, I think for a while as a stay-at-home mom, sometimes you lose yourself and
Yeah,
you just get so busy being mom that you forget sometimes who you are. So I don't know why this is making me
that's okay. That's beautiful.
um yeah, it's really given me my purpose back. Literally every day I know like I'm helping women
Hmm.
better their business, better their lives, and
Hmm.
that is so impactful to me and so meaningful. Um, but it's also helping me and my family.
Yeah,
Like, I'm helping them, but they're helping me.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, purpose, yeah, above all.
Thank you for
Mm.
sharing that with me. I've got like goosebumps all over. And I think that's so like beautiful too, because at the end of the day, like we are in sales, right? And I think that sales gets a bad reputation because of experiences that we've had. But being able to see that from this perspective, right? Of like, this brings me so much joy because one, I have purpose. Two, I'm helping other people change their lives. And also in return, it's changing my life. And I just like what a beautiful exchange that is with like everyone that's involved. So I love that that's the experience that you have with this. So thank you. Um, so I guess with that, like what would you say to the woman who's watching this and thinking, like, could I really do this? Is this for me? Like, could this also work for me? Like, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Yeah, I've been right where probably 90% of them are, wondering, can I do this? Can I make it work? I have kids at home, and you still are mom. Like, you don't want that to be taken away from you. But yeah, Amplify definitely has allowed me to not only learn a new skill set, but really see the value that I can bring to companies. When I was showing up to these interviews and just the way you present yourself, like it's in a whole new different light than what you saw yourself previously.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's been nothing but great, honestly. Like I'm so thankful that one day I found Holly and it has all led me here.
Well, thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate you sharing your story. And I think just for your bravery too to come on here and be vulnerable in a way of like almost being a light and a guiding post for other people of like, this is what's possible. And I love the just do it, put your mind to it, just do it. I mean, if anyone is capable of this, it is moms. Like, hands down, nothing gets in the way of a mom on a mission for sure. So I believe that and I see it time and time again. So thank you for being another example of women are capable of doing it, and moms especially.
Yeah, moms, they always just find a way to get it done.
They do.
And you don't have to understand how it's going to get done, but you just know that it will.
It will. Yep. I agree. And I think that's a perfect place to close on. Thank you again, Kaylee.
Yes, you're welcome.